there, this is John from Heroes and Legends. And we got some big news coming out of Wizards of the Coast today. They announced that there will be a Friday Night Magic Fatal Push promo coming to local game stores this September. So I wanted to take a few moments to talk about the promo program, Friday Night Magic, and ultimately this card right here, Fatal Push, and what this means for not only the card itself, but the Friday Night Magic promos just in general, and that whole program. I do want to first off say Wizards has done a really great job realigning this program to make sure that they're providing promo cards that players are actually excited about. And this is really culminating in Fatal Push this September. And we got some good ones coming out between now and then as well. We'll discuss those in just a few seconds too. But quickly, if you've never been to a Friday Night Magic event before and you're interested in maybe getting your hands on one of these cards, maybe that Fatal Push this September, the way it works is you go to your local game store, any game store that is part of the Wizards program and holds official Friday Night Magic tournaments. And what Wizards suggests to these stores is that they give the prize support out this way. That the person that comes in first place will get a copy of the promo card for that month. The person that comes in second will also get a copy of the promo card. And then they suggest that there's 2 random drawings every Friday night. So 2 random players can also get a copy. So even if they don't perform well, maybe they're new players, not as experienced, they still have a chance to get a copy of the card and go home with it, which is pretty cool, I think. Now, having said that, though, it's important to note that that is just a suggestion. Game stores do not have to follow that particular path. They can do whatever they want, and a lot of stores will do different things. So check ahead of time with your local game store to see how they distribute their Friday Night Magic promos. Now, like I mentioned before, Wizards has done a much, much better job at making these cards very desirable. For example, if you look at this May's promo card, Unlicensed Disintegration, this card is phenomenal. It's obviously seeing standard play. I love the artwork on this version. And of course, these are all foil cards if you haven't seen them in person before. This was the first really in a series of great decisions I think they made when it comes to the promos. And prior to this card, promos were not super exciting for Friday Night Magic, at least most of the time. There were some good ones here and there, but for the most part, at least the recent history, it hasn't been anything that people have been too excited about, but Unlicensed Disintegration has really changed that. Also this summer, there's some good ones coming. In June, we have Ether Hub, another huge standard playable card. In July, we have Reverse Engineer. Okay, maybe not as exciting as some of the others, but not the worst card either. And then finally in August, you have Renegade Rallier, another card that's seeing modern play right now and is really, really strong. So great job on these summer promos. And now, of course, this culminates in September's Fatal Push. So a few things I noticed about the Fatal Push card that they presented. One thing that jumped out to me was this was numbered number 8, at least in this mock-up. And the Renegade Rallier we just saw is actually numbered 9. So you would think that would be the September card and Fatal Push would be the August card. Now, this could just be a mistake in the mock-ups because that happens a lot, actually, when it comes to promo cards. Sometimes they just have an error. Or perhaps at the last minute they switched for some reason. If that's the case, perhaps they wanted to put Fatal Push out there in September because that's the month that's leading into Exelon. Maybe they figured that might be a good way to get players involved in the new set that comes out in September. So I don't know. It's just something to think about. But aside from that, the card looks great. I mean, it's foil. I really like the art. I think I like the original art a little bit better, but this is not bad at all. And I'm trying to figure out if it's supposed to be the same person from the original art, the one that's pushing the other guy off the balcony, or it's kind of like they switch places or something like that, or if it's supposed to be somebody completely different. I'm not sure, but I do like the art a lot. I think the foil, especially with all the fragments around, I think could really pop and look really nice. So I'm excited to see one of these in person. But great selection. I mean, Wizards couldn't have selected a better card when you look at standard legal cards right now to make a Friday Night Magic promo than, of course, Fatal Push. Really happy to see it. One of the issues with Fatal Push is just the demand for this card is so great. It's seeing play everywhere. Vintage, Legacy, Modern, of course Standard, and other casual formats, even like Commander, just a lot of places, basically everywhere at this point. And you can compare it in a lot of ways to perhaps Path to Exile. I feel like this card is going to have a similar story as Path to Exile going forward when it comes to its value and how hard it is at times to find the card and what the price and the value of the card will be going forward. Now, the one thing that's a little different from this and a Path to Exile is Fatal Push has Revolt on it. Revolt makes it a little bit harder to reprint this card kind of wherever you want. Path to Exile does play with land mechanics like landfall, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in a landfall-based limited game or anything like that. Where Fatal Push kind of feels like you need to have a Revolt theme going on if you're going to reprint the card. Now, Wizards can get around this a few different ways. Obviously, when the day comes that it's eligible to be played in a Modern Masters set in the future, then it will probably show up there with some other Revolt cards. Maybe they can sneak one of these into each dual deck for the next few years. So maybe twice a year you get a dual deck printing of it. That would really help the card a lot. Just kind of keep it stable. One of the issues, of course, with the price too is the fact that yes, it's an uncommon in Aether Revolt, but it doesn't appear to truly be uncommon. It's probably more like a cross between uncommon and rare when it comes to how many times you actually open it in packs based on its placement on the sheet. So that makes things a little bit difficult when there's such a high demand for the card, and because of that, the value of the card has gone up quite a bit for a brand new uncommon. Now, even though a lot of packs are being opened, a lot of players want the card, but foils, that's a whole other story altogether. Many players, especially those that play Vintage, Legacy, Modern, they want to trick out their deck a little bit, or even Commander. They're looking for foils, driving these foil prices up quite high. Releasing a foil promo like this is really going to help that situation. So that way, if a player wants a foil promo, this will by far be the cheapest way to get it. And this will also stabilize the price of the regular card quite a bit too, or at least keep it relatively even for the time being anyway. So that's good for players that are trying to pick up copies. Again, can't say enough good stuff about this. Great selection by Wizards. Really happy to see this. And I hope that they keep this type of thing up when it comes to their Friday Night Magic releases and their promos going forward. Having said that, before I go, if you're looking for a way to help support us and what we do, check out the description below. You'll find a couple links. One is our Amazon affiliate store where you can make purchases, singles, sealed product, really anything you want. And a small percentage of those purchases will come back to help support the channel. Or you can check out our Patreon page. We're actually really close to our next goal. So if you get a chance, check that out. As always, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.